Okay, should be live now. Hey guys. Had a little scare there. My software was taking longer than I usually does to connect, but it seems like we're good. Okay. Wait a minute. I thought I thought I had time to go out and grab dinner before the stream, and things happened, and it turned out I didn't. So I literally came home right before I was going to start, and I've got my box of chili fries right here, and most of it's uneaten, but I'll be picking at it as we play.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Hi, Age of Calamity. It's pretty good.
Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing...
I like Hyrule Warriors, I like Breath of the Wild, and I like Dynasty Warriors. So, it seemed like a winning combination, and it is.
The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
At least so far.
I can finish this.
But I got Urbosa and I got Mipha, and I'm pretty sure that's the game. I don't think, anyone else needs to be. I don't think you need to play any further than that.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I used my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
See, drinking is bad because it makes Alan weak to light, which is the thing that kills the bad things, or something. It's just spitballing here. Hey, Brenda.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun.
Oh, okay. I was confused, but clearly what's happened is Brenda has been, temporally displaced by, her younger self from, 2006 or so. And so she thinks that MySpace is still a thing. Hello, past Brenda. I hope you're able to fix your little quantum mishap sooner than later.
The pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again.
What about the prospect of being Alan Wake?
There was a message waiting for me on the machine.
Just seeing what I can see.
You have one new message. Ow! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to record it. As she called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last night. But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
I'd been a guest on the talk show the previous night, talking about my latest book. The show was supposed to be waiting for me on our TiVo.
Oh God, remember TiVo? Speaking of things that are obsolete. I literally forgot TiVo existed. I certainly didn't remember that they name dropped it in Alan Wake. Whew, that was way funnier than it should have been. Well, I've got a box of chili fries and about a quarter of a bag of instant quinoa, and I buttered and toasted some rolls. It is the most effort I've put into dinner in a long time, sadly. It's okay, Brenda. You'll survive being 20. You get to start feeling old when you're like 30. Oh, fun fact, I guess the guy who plays live action Alan in this segment is actually the guy who wrote the script for the game.
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy. But this one, I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan. Wow, thanks. Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man? Good riddance.
Was there more to that, Kyra? I'm hoping there's not some horrible like, and then one person said something terrible. I'm hoping that you're just happy because it was. I'm hoping it was just a cute video of people saying reasons why they're happy. Fiat and end story there. I need clarification that is all to expect, so I can enjoy that little thing you shared.
Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Okay, good.
Congratulations.
I really didn't want like some 6-year-old to be like, I'm happy because I killed my daddy today.
But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
So good. That sounds cute, and I'm glad there are people who still make stuff like that.
You got into a fight with some paparazzi.
So why are you doing MySpace? Oh, because somebody made it look like it did in the old days. Did it look significantly different in the old days? I barely got into MySpace before it became irrelevant.
I did also write several books.
I only got into MySpace because a girl I was into convinced me to get into MySpace. And then I made my MySpace, and I posted some shitty poetry on it, and then everybody moved to Facebook.
I want to thank all our guests.
And I was like, alright, fuck it. I'm done with social media. It's dumb. And then that same girl was like, hey Alex, you should make a Facebook, and we can talk on Facebook. And then I blinked, and suddenly I had a Facebook. And I was like, god damn it, younger Alex. It didn't even go anywhere. I gave fucking Facebook my information for nothing.
Start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed her advice. But suddenly I was angry, mostly at myself. And she was there, a convenient victim.
What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal and you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet. somehow, the clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice.
I don't actually know about the origins of MySpace. I just know it has that Tom
I'm
guy.
going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still.
I've always
but
barely
I
used
need to
Facebook.
read it first.
I pretty much just use it as a way to,
Right.
you know,
Someone
remember
tried to cut
people's
some corners,
birthdays.
and it didn't end well.
Which got super convenient.
I'm sorry, sir.
But,
I need to do this alone.
Over time, I used it less and less, and like,
Miss Weaver.
now, I don't even log into it anymore. The election especially made me decide to get off Facebook because way too much animosity on there.
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Xander's page.
You know, it's a real shame that Alan didn't have this adventure in Philadelphia, because I hear it's always sunny over there. You need tutorials to use MySpace?
Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this, having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Chris, especially because there's people who Facebook way too hard.
I told myself it didn't really
But I will defend my getting sucked into Facebook just because I was a young 20-something and the girl was really hot. Which I'm sure is a lot of people's excuses for doing so. Oh my god, there's a Verizon billboard! I don't remember such blatant advertising. Holy shit. It's just there. It doesn't even have like a tagline or anything. It just says Verizon. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that cheered me up. I needed that. Goosebumps 2015. Are you talking about the movie, Kara? Because I know there was a movie and I don't think I saw it. Wait. I saw the one that had Jack Black as Stephen King. I don't remember which Goosebumps movie that was. Exactly, Brenda. Yes, but I will emphasize that she was really hot. So I feel like that's a little bit more justified than most people. I don't know, Fluffy. Maybe I don't know if they footed some of the bill or if they just paid a lot of money to have their one billboard in the game or what. But yeah, that took me by surprise. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you mentioning Goosebumps reminded me that apparently Animorphs came back in graphic novel form, and I'm really jazzed about that because I adored Animorphs when I was a wee little Alex, a lowercase Alex. They were my world, and I'm really happy that the franchise is apparently continuing. Why did you even give me the fucking car? If I only got to drive it for a couple of minutes, and now I have to abandon my stalwart steed.
Darkness had touched me. There was a link between us.
Now I get you, Chris. Especially because in recent years, like Facebook has made it abundantly clear that they don't give a fuck about their about their users, and they will sell you if it's convenient for them, or if it's a slow Tuesday. You know, I feel real bad for Ellen's wife because she apparently didn't even have time to put on pants before she got kidnapped by an eldritch monstrosity. Oh man, I didn't mean that shit. I didn't mean to hit the friggin' flash grenade button. Let's take those off. Wait, they started dating the person because that person told them they had tattoos, and then there was friction because it turned out that they'd lied about having tattoos? It's such a dumb thing to lie about. Although I do know some people who are extremely attracted to people with tattoos. So I guess that's a thing, and I guess yeah, that one would feel disappointed and lied to, and deceived. Oh, those three literally just popped into existence on top of me. I think I'll have the fucking car controls because I don't remember. These are the keyboard. Can I not say the bindings of Isaac? I thought there was a way to boost the head beams. I mean, I suppose if it was early in the relationship, you know, I'd be more sympathetic, because if you're gonna lie about something as stupid as having tattoos, like, you know, you could, like, what else are they lying about? But if you're engaged, if you've been dating them long enough to get engaged, like, just suck it up. Like, everybody lies about little things. Maybe not something that stupid, but, I mean, everybody, you know, is a little deceptive when they first get into a relationship, because we're afraid of, you know, showing who we really are. So it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh yeah, I was a big Animaniacs fan when I was a kid. Still am, and yeah, the new one is really good. It's fantastic. Oh, did I block up? I think I blocked my own path. Let me just back up. It does throw me off, though, when they play the theme song, because the first couple bars are exactly the same as as they always have been, and then they add they change the lyrics, and of course, like I should have expected they were going to change the lyrics. Some of those references are really fucking dated, but I've I've spent like 20-something years of my life knowing the song exactly one way, so it's weird to me. It's always weird to me, especially if I decide to sing along, when they just change things on me like that. And even after watching like 7 episodes, I still can't. I still haven't adjusted. What the? I get hurt by standing on the haunted platform? Well, that sucks. The Trump Cyclops thing was a little too on point, and I'm pretty glad for the writer's sake that he lost the election. Because that was gonna be that was gonna be ripped to shreds by his nutty fans. Especially the bit where he lies about having 2 eyes. That was That was beautiful. That was French kiss. Mwah, beautiful. They've also made a number of jokes about their tendency to break into song to explain things, which has remained funny. Like it's a really good reboot. Speaking of, Freakazoid was on Teen Titans Go. I only found out about that the other day, and I loved it. It was a great episode. It was. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was because the Animaniacs reboot was happening. It seemed weirdly like good timing on that, but that also had a lot of fun '90s WB nostalgia in it. And are you still attacking me? Big gone, box. I meant to say chef kiss. Did I say something else? Did I say like Chief's kiss or something? I meant to say chef kiss. But I'm being attacked by inanimate objects. I didn't even see what actually killed me. God damn it! Why did the checkpoint have to happen right there when I have the car blocking the path? This is super annoying. Oh, I said French kiss. I get you. Yes, I I did mean chef kiss. Explode? No. You can't have a red barrel in a video game and not have it explode. It's the rule. Especially in a game where red barrels explode.
What the hell?
Oh, okay. And if I got killed by a tire a second time, then that means I'll have retired. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The Hulu joke was pretty good, yeah. I have been sad about the lack of some, well, most of the segments that I used to enjoy. It's pretty much just been the Warners and Pinky and the Brain. I don't know if that's like, you know, what we're stuck with. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that. They're the best ones. So if we get nothing but those those cartoons, then you know we can still consider ourselves lucky. But I do like the Good Feathers, and I do like Chicken Boo and whatnot. So I'd like to see some of those. And Katie Kaboom, who I always thought was highly underrated for how stupidly funny it was. IMHO. Then again, my favorite... Ah, damn it. Then again, my favorite episode... I think one of my favorite segments I remember is when they were crossing over all the different segments with one another. And there was a Chicken Boo and Katie Kaboom crossover where he was like her boyfriend because she thought he was a human. And that was the funniest fucking thing. And it's always been my favorite Animaniacs character. So maybe I just stand them. Maybe that's why I enjoy. Maybe I enjoyed maybe that's why I enjoy their stuff so much. In hindsight, I just ship that. I mean, Pinky canonically has a girlfriend. So, I mean, Pinky at least would be bi. Pinky's girlfriend was also a horse, so I'm not really sure. I'm not exactly sure how to quantify how to qualify that. But I don't think you can. If you're gonna try and analyze Pinky's sexuality, I don't think you can stop at gay. Can stuff on this bridge stop exploding for 5 seconds? Take a minute to get another fork full of chili fries. That was delicious garbage. I mean, does Pan cover other species? And also, I mean, like, we haven't seen... Oh, you little bastard, you were trying to sneak up on me. We haven't actually seen Pinky, you know, be attracted to, you know, to guys. We've only seen him be into girls. Actually, come to think of it, I think, I believe that even before the horse, I believe Pinky had a short-lived relationship with a female mouse who was basically him, but a girl. And then, I think... I can't remember why, but I remember the punchline. I think Brain made her smart or something, and then she was too smart to date Pinky, something like that. It's been forever since I've seen that episode, but that was the thing. So we only have we only know for certain that Pinky's into girls. They just don't have to be, you know, mice apparently. Well, shit, I'm out of ammo. Time out, time out, time out. Oh, really? That's interesting. I did not know that. Then again, I also have a tendency to forget that Gyro even exists in the new DuckTales, as much as I love the new DuckTales. He's kind of just there for punchlines. Ah. Stop throwing... Oh god! I was gonna say stop throwing things at me, but stop being a car at me too. Please? Damn it! Could not Bayonetta dodge the car. File that under things I should have known. You bastards. Oh, there was a car? I don't remember there being a car. Did they? I mean, I know they did the episode in the new batch where Brain makes himself a son. I don't remember if there's an older one where Pinky's involved. Ah! I'm stuck on terrain somehow. This is bullshit. What the fuck? I can't move. Alright, trying again. Trying again. And, okay, I don't have a problem with people wanting to interpret, you know, characters' sexuality in one way or another. You know, especially if it hasn't been clarified one way or the other. And I mean, even if they just want to, even if they just want, you know, like a what if, you know, that's fine. But I've never been a fan of the people who insist on declaring affirmatively that yes, this person is this thing, even though there's no indication other than maybe the way they act, which seems like it's kind of pigeonholing people. I don't know. That's just how I feel. How do I proceed? Oh, I just drive around the thing. That makes sense. So long, suckers. Yeah, the car made that whole segment way easier. I'm glad I saw it. And didn't get stopped by fucking terrain glitch this time. Oh, I missed the bus. Or should I say the bus missed me? Ah! I did not hit the car. Truck. Boat. I just said boat. It seemed appropriate. Ah! I mean, yeah, that's problematic for me, Brenda. Because I mean, like, you can have your theory, but other people are also allowed to have their theories. And I mean, especially if the person is canonically like one way that you know, doesn't jive with what you want them to do. Like, you just gotta accept it. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I know a few people. When Della was introduced in DuckTales, I know a few people were really into the idea of her being a lesbian, even though that poses a couple of, you know, minor issues with the fact that she has, you know, 3 kids. But, you know, whatever. But they also got like super offended whenever anybody posited the idea that maybe she's not, and in all likelihood probably isn't. Like, you can like what you like, just don't force other people to like your thing. Ah! Why are bullets finite? Back, I say. Why can't I lock on the stupid thing? The shadows keep getting in the way of my bullets. And that is that's also a little weird. Yeah, when you make it about minors. I mean, I try to believe in people's good intentions with that sort of thing, but little things like that make it a little hard. I always forget that I only have a couple bullets in the chamber when I start the checkpoint. So it would go a lot easier if everyone would stop murdering me, but also if I would remember to load the stupid gun. Load the stupid gun, Alan. There we go. Alright. We're loaded. We're ready. It is lightweight. I fired that one too soon. Suck it. I did get jumped immediately, but I persevered, and I won through knowledge of the future. Also, I did not notice all this revolver ammo, and I'm wondering if the game took pity on me and just dropped it here because it saw I was sucking. Bring it, bitches. Aha! Oh, look at the one... the one dead guy. Wait, let me reload. The one dead guy. There we go. Ah! I need everybody to stop stabbing me for a couple seconds. Alright? Alright? We good? We good? Anyone who hasn't gotten a bullet yet, raise your hand. I've got enough for everybody. Something about asking a question. Because the pun would not come to me. But I know it's there. Well, to be fair, Kyra, everybody ships Sherlock with people because they really want Sherlock to be gay in like every incarnation. I feel like I probably knew that at some point, Brenda. I feel like that sounds like the kind of thing that would come up in science class. But I don't believe I knew that off the top of my head. So I'm gonna go with no, I didn't know that. Yeah, Alan's not very smart. I mean, you think he'd at least be able to make a basic one. Especially because we've gone to several convenience stores that would have the ingredients, you know, readily available. But Alan's not a smart man. That's why he decided to become a professional author. And then kill off his main character. Boy, I sure could go for a Verizon phone right now. I haven't been paying attention to what kind of phone Alan's using. I'm wondering if he does use some kind of Verizon, thing. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, well, sure. Yeah, sure. Sherlock isn't about romance. The Arthur Conan Doyle stories. That's not what they're about. But the at some point, like the public discourse on fiction, I guess media in general, kind of turned to heavily emphasize the romantic aspects, and people really like the idea of a dude and his best pal, solving crimes, and then putting it in one another after the fact, I guess. And to be fair, like pretty much all modern Sherlock media, like relentlessly queerbaits, those people. So I don't even blame them, because you cannot watch a Sherlock movie or a Sherlock TV show or anything without Sherlock, making bedroom eyes at whoever he happens to be opposite. Which, you know, I wouldn't have any problem with it if they just commit to it. Like, just make Sherlock gay already. Like, that would be fine. I'm cool with that. But I don't like the pandering if they're not going to have any intention of doing anything with it. It makes me feel stupid. I had the same problem with that Victor Frankenstein movie, where they did Frankenstein, but they made everybody except the monster, younger and hotter. And Frankenstein and Igor were super gay for one another, but not canonically. Also, what the fuck did... What? It occurs to me that I might not have been intended to come back here. The darkness has claimed another victim. I'm sorry, Alan. I'm sorry. I really am stuck here. I'm gonna restart at the checkpoint. No, and it does annoy me that there are people the vast majority of people who are into Sherlock, have not read the original stories, and that's fine. I'm not the guy. I'm far be it from me to be the guy who gatekeeps your enjoyment because you haven't read the source material. You don't need to. People reinterpret Sherlock all the time. He's like Batman in that regard, and that's totally cool. I'll see if I can clip it, Brenda. But I do have a problem with people assuming that the original stories are just like, the modern Sherlock stuff. And I literally didn't have a chance to get away. They were stun locking me the entire time. And I don't, and that annoys me because Sherlock is, especially when they negatively criticize Doyle's stuff based on what they've seen in bad modern Sherlock adaptations, which is disingenuous. Because modern adaptations usually aren't possessed of the same level of skill that Doyle had. And it's stupid to make assumptions about Sherlock, as an enduring character based solely off, shitty interpretations of him. But maybe I'm just being crotchety. Okay. So I'm not going to go and get stuck this time. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't actually anything back there. And, now we're gonna hopefully move on. Oh, the arrow's gonna point me over there. Oh, there's a second arrow. I love how thorough they are. That is true, Brenda, and the movie, Victor Frankenstein, has nothing to do with that. It is all about Victor Frankenstein, the scientist, trying to put together the monster while being super gay with Igor, even though neither of them are actually gay in the story. I believe they both end up with sweethearts by the end. But it doesn't stop them from mooning over each other in every freaking scene. I think Daniel Radcliffe was Igor in that one. He starts off all hunched and whatnot, but then Victor Frankenstein's like, "Oh, I can fix that," and he just wraps a belt around him or something, and then it fixes his hump, and then he's just a hot guy again for the rest of the movie. I have not seen that quote from Doyle, but I I totally believe it because he doesn't strike me. He doesn't strike me as the type of person who would entertain that kind of stuff. Wait, so I never realized that super Hulak. Like I've heard that term thrown around, but I didn't realize supernatural was the super in there. Why is supernatural? Is it because supernatural also has like a strong like gay fandom? Is that the linking thing between the three fandoms? Also, super Hulak just taken by its own sounds like an awesomely 90s superhero, and I kind of wish there was an actual character named that. Well, he wouldn't be a hero; he'd be like an anti-hero. He'd be like a warlock who's also super, and nobody knows who he is, or something. That's a pretty good assessment. Yeah, Botan. Yeah, that's the Victor Frankenstein movie I'm talking about. It had it's Daniel Radcliffe, right? I'm pretty sure that's Harry Potter. I may be wrong. Now I'm second guessing myself. But yeah, that's a pretty good assessment, Darren. Although I would say that 1 and 2 do tend to get like mixed together more often than not into like a single thing. That's from what I've seen, that's how Benjamin Cumberbatch played him, and that's also how how Robert Downey Jr. Essentially played him. And I think that portrayal is more or less taken over as the default, at least in modern trends. Was there anything here aside from supplies? Ah, that legitimately scared me. Because he scuttled in, like, just out of my view. I could just see the hat and the axe blade and nothing else. That was funny. Oh, there's more road. Okay. We'll just keep on going that way. Also, there's a knife in the back of my truck. Apparently, knives lose their evil powers once they've fallen into the bed of the truck. Oh, I have not seen that one. I liked Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock. I have no problem with that. Aside from the aforementioned relentless queer baiting, they had no intention of doing anything with. Other than that, I thought it was I enjoyed those movies. There were 2 of them, right? The only minor thing I have aside from the aforementioned is that it helped set in stone like that modern, like edgy kind of Sherlock that everybody started. I don't know if there was if people were doing that before, because I think that's the oldest modern-y Sherlock movie I can think of. But it did contribute to that discourse, and that makes it retroactively annoying in hindsight. If that makes any sense. Oh, we got a puzzle? Or do I just have to pull the thing? Don't make me use my brain. God. Oh, wait, okay, no. It did what it was supposed to. It just turned on the Kajir. And, ah! Is that an evil car? Or is that a jump scare? Who can say? Are we doing a demolition derby thing now? Whoa. Alright. We're gonna do this, bring it on. I'll destroy you. It doesn't seem like his health is going down, or his dark shieldiness is going down. Oh no, my car! Oh, it goes up very slowly! That's fantastic. And I meant that sarcastically, but for some reason it came out joyous. I don't know why that is. Don't chase me. Oh, I unintentionally blocked the bulldozer. And made this part really friggin' easy. Good job, Alex. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't expect people to read Sherlock because they have made more palatable versions of Sherlock. It's like Lord of the Rings. You know, like I love Lord of the Rings. I read Lord of the Rings as a kid because that was the only form of Lord of the Rings media there was, aside from the shitty Super Nintendo game, the couple of varyingly shitty PC games, the Ralph Bakshi, movie, and the Rankin Bass movie. That was all. That was the entirety of Lord of the Rings. But now we have Peter Jackson version, and we got video games and all kinds of neat stuff that make the whole thing a lot easier to swallow. And so I don't expect people to have to do... I don't expect people to read, Tolkien's version, necessarily, because Tolkien's a great writer, but goddamn is his stuff dry. It's a very classic and archaic prose, and for all the good and bad things that come with that. But one should not make sweeping judgments on an entire franchise based solely off their limited experience to said franchise. That's my thing. Didn't mean to make that a rant, but that's what I got, apparently. What is Great Ace Attorney, Chris? Is that like an anime or something? I'm not familiar with that.
When I told Barry my plan,
Is it like a Phoenix Wright thing?
I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story.
Speaking of, I haven't seen the show, because I'm not that depraved, but I have been shown clips of some like anime series where I think it's like a magical girl thing. There's like 4 girls, but they're all dressed up like Sherlock and they all have magic powers. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be one of those weird Sherlock as anime kind of things. But it mostly scares me knowing that that's out there. Oh, I'm supposed to push this thing. That doesn't look like the kind of thing Alan can push. He's not a very robust man. There's the tea. There are so many other better letters of the alphabet I would use. See, I assumed it was Phoenix Wright because Ace Attorney is the copyrighted thing, but I didn't know they had Sherlock in it. There's something hilarious about Tolkien calling something indescribable, because that man makes things describable. That was his whole job, and he's really good at describing things. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I was going to say that I love Phoenix Wright, even though, you know, things about the way they conduct, you know, law in there piss me off as someone who actually works in law, although I've had it explained, I think, by this very crowd of people that, you know, Japan actually does have a really shitty justice system. But I've never been able to complete the series because outside of the trial stuff, they're actually kind of really tedious to play, and that always ends up killing my desire to finish a game. I got all the way through the first one, I think, and then the other one, like I played some of the second one, and then it's the adventure game part that kind of ruins it for me. They give you like the big old areas. They give you the big old areas to wander around in, and you just have to click on all of the things in everywhere until, you know, you've clicked things in the right order, the right number of times, and then you can move on. And, you know, you just have to do that enough times until you've met your clicking on things quota. And I really dislike that part. I love the story. I love the trial parts. But, yeah, I really don't like the adventure game part. Because there's no nuance to it. It's just finding all the shit to click on. I only got to the first game because I just started using a walkthrough at one point to, you know, expedite the adventure game parts. Why would there be an issue with Sherlock being in the game? Sherlock is public domain. I mean, unless they're parroting a specific version of Sherlock, I guess. Well, it's also it's also annoying, Brenda, because I don't know if they've changed it since then, but initially at least they were pretending the game was set in America, so, you know, if that's the premise, it needs to use the American justice system, and if that's what we're going with, it's a very, very shitty, very ignorant version of our justice system. Okay. I didn't know that there was a Feudal Japan one. That's cool. Okay, but you mean it's from that time period, so that's why there would be an actual Sherlock character around. Stop throwing things at me. I'm gonna throw bullets at you, and I'm gonna die. No, I know that, Bowden. It's just that the game the Phoenix Wright games pretend to be set in America, which is fine, except that they do not use anything remotely resembling the justice system here in America, which I figured that out even when I played this as like a Wii-er tot before I got into law, and now that I work in law, it's infuriating to see the dumb shit that they get up to in Phoenix Wright, especially in the trial room where they have no excuse because they just do dumb anime crap in the actual court proceedings. You don't get to bring a freaking whip to trial. I don't care how hot of an anime girl you are. You don't get a whip. The bailiff would fucking kick your ass. Unless he couldn't get past the whip, I suppose.
I will never give her to you.
I got attacked by a spoke. I think. Or a wheel? No, the spoke is the thing on the wheel. Stop it. Stop it right now. Oh no! Everybody back the fuck off. I can't use my stupid searchlight because they have learned to circumvent the searchlight. This is unfair. I demand everybody stand in front of the searchlight so I can easily kill them. Also, I need everyone to stop throwing shit at me! Please? Alright, there. Now, everybody come over here. Alright, close enough. Ah! My poor legs! Burn! You too! And I don't think I can go far enough to reach that stuff. So I'm just gonna pick up all the doodads. Aha! Suck it. Are we done? I murder everybody? Okay. Sorry, guys. I missed any chat that was going on for the last couple minutes because I've been trying to survive. The judge would not allow you to whip opposing counsel or the witnesses just to get them to change their stories. That is like that's like the definition of poor conduct for attorneys. There are literally things against, well, not that specifically, but against, you know, attorneys acting in bad conduct. Phoenix should have moved for her to have her license revoked. That's my incredibly boring way of resolving the events of Phoenix Wright. Have a good one, Kyra. Man, Gumshoe pissed me off too. I mean, not as a character. I love Gumshoe, but he's always so blatantly like, "No, fuck you, Phoenix. Like, we're not gonna let you get evidence. Then you might win your case." It's like, that's the point, asshole. You can't just deny me evidence because you like your boy better than me. People's lives are on the line, sort of. And as a cop, Gumshoe is one of the few people in Japan permitted to carry a gun. He shouldn't be afraid of some dumb chick with a whip, who's apparently such a shitty attorney she can't win a case without whipping people. Which is a sentence I never thought I would say, but here we are. It usually is. Legal Eagle did a pretty funny video on the Phoenix Wright anime. I enjoyed that. I love Legal Eagle though. He's great. he teamed up with Lindsay Ellis recently to talk about copyright law as it pertains to wolf porn. And I thought he was a great sport for that.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
It's been so long as I've heard Alan's voice. At least it feels that way. No, Kyra. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a paralegal and legal writer. I'm trying to become an attorney. I'm trying to get into law school, but COVID's making things difficult. But I am pretty. I do unfortunately kind of practice law on the down low because it's much more convenient for my boss to have me do that and not pay me the money that would normally be due somebody who actually engages in the practice of law, which is just as shitty as it sounds. But so I do have a lot more hands-on experience than your average, non-attorney would. I don't know which case you're referring to, Chris, but that sounds like insanity. I mean, to be fair, is he a previous death row convict? Or was he still scheduled to be executed by the state? Because those are two different issues. Being a convict, I do not believe being a convict precludes you from becoming an attorney. But it would be something if you were currently a criminal. Yeah, Kyra, last year, actually, I kind of had to take over as the shadow attorney for my firm. Because my boss was having a baby around Thanksgiving, and he was too busy to come in, so he shunted all of his work onto me. except for the court appearances. And so I made all the phone calls, and I wrote all of the pleadings and everything. And I won a lot of stuff. I was as shocked as anyone. I won several very important motions in that time. So yeah, apparently I'm not bad. I don't think a lot of people can say that for sure. I mean, banks can retain attorneys for legal services, and attorneys can subpoena banks legally to get discovery for cases. But those are usually the only times that they'd be working in concert together, unless there was some kind of weird criminal enterprise going on. Not that having a bank not that having an attorney on retainer, doesn't mean there's no criminal activity going on. We've sued Wells Fargo a million zillion times because they're always doing illegal shit. Like that's like public knowledge. I don't know why anybody would willingly bank with Wells Fargo. They do not give a fuck. But yeah, like the fact that they have representation is not indicative of criminal intent in and of itself. Stupid everything. Did I miss the birds? Thank you, flare gun. You are my friend. Whew. Yeah, pretty much, Bowden. I mean, you know, your attorney on retainer is obligated to protect you, you know, legally. And, yeah, their job is essentially at the start to say, oh, this lawsuit is a sham. Like, clearly, you know, the plaintiff is just trying to extort the bank for reasons. And then, like, you know, eventually they learn, and they're just kind of there, because it's very expensive to litigate a case, especially for people who aren't, like, giant, you know, multi-million-dollar, like, you know, corporations. So you keep an attorney just to kind of stonewall people, make them pay the initial, like, several $1,000s it's going to take to get a case going off to get a case off the ground, and then yeah, they might settle at that point. But yeah, the attorney's just there as a roadblock in most times. Also, yes, a current death row convict would. Well, actually, okay. Was the convict arguing his own case? Just out of curiosity, if he's a convict, I'm assuming he was not. No, because that seems to imply that a trier of fact and law already determined he deserved death. But you are entitled to be your own legal representation. You can be in pro per, as the official term is called. So, conceivably, he could have represented himself. Oh, we're doing this again. I feel like that's not rare, Brenda. I feel like I tend to get into rambling about the law just because that's kind of a core part of my identity for some reason. It wouldn't have been 6 years ago, but here we are. Speaking of here we are, get back here, you bitch. Get back here! I want to swing my flashlight at you. But yeah, I feel like I end up doing that more often than not, so it shouldn't exactly be like something that's weird to you at this point. No! How did I not get the speedy one? Did I at least break his shield? Gotcha. Oh, I just had to cherry tap him. Nice. You do not get to choose that, Bowden. At least I don't believe so. It depends. I mean, in America, at least, you know, the different states have their own procedures on how that stuff works. But I believe there is a state-mandated system of killing people that is deemed the most humane, either lethal injection or death by electrocution. It varies on the state legislature. But there is no, like, universal death penalty in America, as I understand it. I don't do criminal law. I do civil, which is a different thing entirely. This is just information I've gleaned, you know, in the practice of doing law stuff. If the conversation turns to Phoenix Wright, I'm probably going to start rambling about law at some point. There's a Canadian judge in Phoenix Wright. Was he supposed to be Canadian, or is that another localization thing? I can never do the banana dodge on these big guys when they're charging. Red light, red light, red light! Green light. Oh, that was perfect. What's wrong with the alcohol laws, Brenda? I would assume that they were was trying to think of a better way to phrase it. I would assume that they're conducive to the act of, consumption. But I'm also what is legally referred to as a cynic. So, maybe that's part of why. Seems like it would be, financial it seems like there'd be a financial incentive for the state to make it very easy for you to consume large quantities of alcohol. Oh, okay, the dialogue is Canadian, so that means that in the Japanese version, he's probably from, like, Osaka or something, and the joke is that he has a funny accent. That is typically how the Japanese do things, in my understanding of Japanese media. Osaka or Kansai, or one of those regions where they have a funny dialect. I like how I think Osaka is the one where they typically get in dubs. They typically just make the character Southern. Because I guess that's the best way they can come up with to convey, like, how different it's supposed to sound. I will look this guy up, Chris. Don't you don't you worry. I will definitely look into that case. That's pretty funny, Bowden. Incidentally, I am also a notary, so I am curious if Ruina. I'm curious how Ruina handles things. You guys could stop running around so much. It'd be really cool. I'd appreciate it. We could be friends. Just stop trying to stab me so much. That's not nice. You can't just show up to stab me in the back and then run off. It's rude. I got my gun cocked and everything. You are block cocking me or something. There's probably a funnier way to phrase that, but I lost it midway through because I'm trying to draw a bead on this guy. No! That's the worst time to run out of battery. Aha! Now you're gonna get it. Did you get it? Did you get it? You got it, alright. And I am out of revolver ammo. Yay. That's nice. That tracks, Brenda. I think that might be how we do things here in LA, in California. I mean, you have to be 21 to drink. I'm not sure about selling. But I know I mean, it wasn't legal, but I know that I worked Rose Bowl when I was in high school, and I sold a very desperate woman some beer that was left over in our tap. I mean, that was illegal regardless, because I was way too young to sell the beer. But she was going to pay a lot of money for it. Cease and desist letter is the claw. I love that. That's amazing. If the claw tells you to cease and desist, you cease and desist. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's amazing. Aha! I desperately need ammo. I would very much like to get some. Hey, there's some ammo. Ah, precious checkpoint. I needed that. I did meet Hasselhoff. Yes, that was the same night, Chris. I'm surprised you remember the story. Yeah, I sold him a hot dog. Yeah, I need to play Ruina. Problem is, I have a PS5 now, and yeah, that means I have certain responsibilities. I also spent a fucking lot of time playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which that was a giant waste of time. And now I've got the Age of Calamity too, vying for my attention. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Oh, well. That's bad. Oh. it just stopped before anything nefarious could happen. Alright. Alright then. We'll just keep on going. That sounds really funny when somebody had a good head on their shoulders when they designed that system. Botan is explaining about some mechanics in Ruina I'm not familiar with, and I just expressed that I should really get back to playing Ruina because I barely played it, but I have too much shit to play. Oh no! Precious exploding canisters, which have been my friend up until this point. One of them mildly inconvenienced me. The betrayal, the horror. The horror trail be. Yeah, I had nothing. What? What hit me? Oh, there's a little blob right there. Oh, that's stupid. I thought the barrel was on it. Which sounds like a stupid lol humor joke, but is not. Fine, I'm just gonna walk around the sludge. Sure, Brenda. Is the alcohol license for alcohol? That does interest me, Tom, because Gebra is the best waifu. I think even Evan agreed on that. The darkness wears her face. Oh, we know that. We already know that. Oh, nice. Open sports air facility. There's a sports facility. Is that like a stadium or something? Because I guess that would make sense. The darkness controls the Taken. We know this stuff. Why? Why are we only getting this now? That's silly. Oh, I know that, Chris. I mean, I know that feeling. I have an amazing my memory is is disproportionately good. I'm really good at remembering stuff, but only if it's like completely useless. Okay, I was gonna say, Did I break the game again? I did not, thankfully. Yeah, like I will. I probably won't be able to relay, you know, even half the stuff I learned in formal education, but I can still tell you that the Lucky Charms marshmallows are in order: heart, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons, pots of golden rainbows, and a red balloon, which I believe is also one specific commercial that had one specific variation of it from a commercial. Couldn't tell you that one though. Please don't be a douchebag. I would like to enjoy the story. Do I just jump out of here? How is it? How am I supposed to get over there? Oh, is it really? Okay. I was just supposed to jump off the thing. How was I supposed to know that? I'm not an assassin. I don't have a creed. I don't go jumping off buildings. That's what stupid people do. Wait, Brenda, so is the sports stadium one different from the open air sports whatever you were talking you were mentioning? Are those two different licenses? Or are you just clarifying? Although I'm surprised they would need to even delineate a stadium, because I mean it's just a big gathering public gathering place with where there's going to be booze. So I wouldn't think that would need special restrictions. Although come to think of it, when I was at the Rose Bowl, when I did the Rose Bowl thing, they did have like a strict cutoff time when they would cut off like the taps, and they did require you to have you to be of a certain age if you were going to be selling the stuff. So I guess that alone would be enough to warrant a separate license. Is that a thing that chefs can do, Chris? Do you guys just mix up napalm? Is that delicious? I know it's technically a jelly, right? Only 7 licenses. Jesus. That that I'm normally in favor of regulation, but that might be a bit much. There's probably a more efficient way to be doing that. That sounded, okay. I was going to say, why does the generator sound like a chainsaw? And that's why. Because there's an actual guy with a chainsaw. Correction, there were 2 guys with chainsaws. Oh. I mean, I was making a joke, Chris. You always talk about cooking, so I was concocting a fantastical little scenario where, just that's a thing you need to order. That's a thing you need to be expected to prepare in a kitchen. Somebody walks in and orders toast with napalm on it, and you have to be able to deliver. Would you like napalm, or I can't believe it's not napalm? Well, why are you asking me? Doesn't that defeat the purpose? And so on and so forth. That's my improv for the night. Thank you very much. Okay. This whole non-stop segment has been like a blur. I just remember murdering things and being murdered in turn. I see. Okay.
Turn back now.
You turn back. Where did the boat come from? Well, boats can't stand up to flare guns, probably. Ow. Apparently the flare gun is mightier than the boat. Ah! I don't like to judge, but a lot of you guys like to stand behind me and throw things. It's not cool. Like that guy. Stop it. I try. I really try. Okay, we'd beat the boat. That's a sentence.
You're told.
Oh, the freaking girder has a darkness shield? I was with you on, like, the bulldozer. Not so much now. Destroy the tornado, says the objective. Alright. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. It's a tornado. Shouldn't be hard to defeat with my flashlight and my gun. Right? I'm trying to remember what science class said about tornadoes and darkness monsters, and I'm coming up blank. Also, I'm dead. Awesome. Yeah, I should probably use the flashbangs for this. Ah! It stun locked me. Oh god, I have so many grenades. Why am I not using these?
Can't win.
Oh, flare gun ammo. Gimme. Oh, it's a box. That means it has infinite. Oh, which I think means we're at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure this is the end. Just gonna, don't mind me. Just gonna help myself to your flares right here. What am I shooting at?
You failed. It's over in your head.
It doesn't look like I failed. Now say flare gun. Ah! Well, I just got a Chivo called Tornado Wrangler, so I think we're good here. Oh, man. My chili fries are so cold now. I'm pretty sure because Alan doesn't want to be, arrested for, burning down, the better part of his state, Bowden. Yeah, exactly, Brent.
Shh, baby. You were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No,
Everything's fine. You're home.
it wasn't a dream.
Alan, honey, you were having the nightmare about the Verizon billboards again. It's okay.
Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear, darling.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in a dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed.
A gender reveal would be the best way to beat the darkness. I love that, Fluffy. That's that is not a joke that's going to age very well, but it's very topical.
Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman? I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning.
Very nice, Darren. I like that. I'm surprised I haven't made that joke myself at any point in this
Back to bed,
playthrough.
Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
Oh, well, there we go. Clicker.
You must find your way to the cabin.
It's perfectly normal, Brenda, when your, half-naked, darkness-drenched wife just jumps from room to room. That's normal. It's part of being married.
Darkness
I assume.
filled its heart with light. Don't mind him. He's Mr. Smith. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
So they have these words here, and we can shine our light on them and turn them into actual physical objects. Which is a really cool mechanic that isn't really used in the game outside of this bit. Which is odd, because you'd think a game about a writer would use mechanics like this.
I'm leaving you. What? I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what do you say? You can't.
You don't love me. How could you? You don't even love yourself. All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything.
Show me shopping cart.
You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop. Put the light back on.
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
You're not my Barbara.
Tom, let me go. I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
The scuba diver actually does make sense. That's Thomas Zane. He's the last guy who fought the darkness.
Back to the depths you came from.
Although whether or not he's real is sort of,
Now you will never get her back. I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art.
I get what she's saying, but just that sentence by itself seems like a weird thing to brag about.
Free.
I mean, to be fair, Brenda, Alan's not a smart fellow. But the darkness is also really desperate at this point because Alan got close enough to do this. He stuck his fist in deep inside her, her core, and he lit her up. I was thinking something more Kingdom Heartsy, but yes, that would have been a good one.
I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice?
Also, that's interesting, Chris. I did not know there was meaning in cards. Not really, Bone. Oh, you're talking about Devil May Cry. Yeah. Yeah, that bit's really bad. So we did it. We rewrote what happened. Our wife, is literally freezing her butt off right now, probably. But she's out of the darkness now. The cabin is still gone. I'm not sure who's going to pay for that. Then again, I think Stucky had the key, and he was the first person we had to kill, so hopefully there's no one around to press charges. It's gonna be so freaking cold. Oh my god.
Alan?
And now she's got to do the walk of shame back into town. And everyone's gonna take one look at her and be like, honey, you got abducted by an eldritch horror from beyond man's reckoning, didn't you? Happens to the best of us. And she's gonna feel like really condescended to. Oh, yeah, me too, Brenda. I'd actually played Devil May Cry for the first time not too long before 5 came out, so the little things, like, all of V's buddies being named after the bosses from Devil May Cry were pretty big indicators. They're pretty big hints. ruin has come to our family. At least Deerfest happened.
It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
And that is Alan Wake. We finished the game. Yeah, I thought there was. I thought I had a little more to go, and I also thought there was going to be a little bit more substance to that last leg of the game. I didn't realize I'd forgotten it was just going to be. I'd forgotten it was just an extremely long. Wow, because the stream is just under 2 hours, so that means that stage was like an hour and a half and some change of just running just running through the area and fighting shit. But yeah, we did it, and I'm pretty happy that we finally finished this. As I've said before, this was one of the very first games Evan and I tried to play for this channel, and we enjoyed it. We just never really had. We didn't have a chance to finish it. We'd only gotten like an hour or two in. So, and I've had some friends who've expressed that they wish that we'd finished it. So, got that closure. I wish Evan could have been here for it, but whatever. Oh, yes. Yes, we're going to skip the copyrighted song. I was busy waxing nostalgic. I think Evan's okay. Tom, I don't really hear from him very often. I just texted him today. We had a little text exchange, so he's still alive. He's still doing all right. We just don't really talk since we don't get to hang out in person. I've invited him to join me on stream a bunch of times, and he's never taken me up on the offer. So I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully someday. Anyway, yeah, as for what I'm doing next, I was thinking I'd play Control next, which is also made, I think, by Remedy, and it's set in this same universe. I never played Control, also, so, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the Alan Wake thing going a little longer, seeing how that goes. I know Brenda wants me to play Dragon Age. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I suppose I can try. Are you suggesting Dragon Age Inquisition specifically, Brenda? Because I think before you just said Dragon Age, like in general. So yeah, are we talking Inquisition? I can totally do Dishonored, if that's what people want. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna make Control the next main thing I stream. That'll be the thing I do like on a weekly basis until I'm done with it. But what I might do is I might do a second, at least for a while. Like we'll see how long it goes. But I might do a second streaming night. Maybe I'll stream Saturdays and Sundays. And on the second night, I'll try streaming some of this other stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's how we'll do things, but we'll see. Anyway, but that is for next week. Right now, I'm going to go and eat my cold chili fries. So, thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the wackiness that is Alan Wake. I certainly had fun doing this. And I will see you guys in the next thing I do, whatever that may be. So, have a good one. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. All that good stuff. If I romanced anyone in Inquisition, Brenda, it would probably be Dorian, because he's the broest bro. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.